It's time.
Pasta and time for dinner.
Oh, it's really
Pasta dinner.
Donating pet food is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
I'm Bijan Robinson, running back for the Atlanta Falcons. Mental health makes me a better person and athlete just because whenever my mind is clear, I perform so much better. So mental health for me is the priority because it controls everything in your body and it gives you the chance to be the best physically you can be.
My dad was a farmer, and when I saw him on a horse, the guy was bigger than life. One of the things that he had a hard time doing was showing the emotion. Maybe it was because the way he was raised or believing that men provide and they don't struggle, but we all struggle. I want to show emotion to my kids. I want them to know when I'm happy, I want them to know when I'm sad, and I want them to see me working through things. The biggest reward I get from being a dad is watching my kids accomplish a goal, watching them light up. Nothing brings a bigger smile to my face. So I make my kids a priority. Whether it's hitting a baseball, a dance rehearsal, you name it, I'm there. They're gonna remember that they grew up loved. Be brave. Be there every day. And allow your kids to know that it's okay to struggle. That even dad doesn't know the answer sometimes, but we're gonna figure it out together.
Okay, so before we come over, can I ask a few questions?
Yeah, sure.
Do you have any pets?
Yes, we have a dog, but she's little.
Do you have any unlocked guns around the house?
We do have a gun, but it's stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access. I appreciate you asking.
Yeah, of course. So does Friday work?
Sounds good to me.
All right, we'll bring pizza.
Our Orlando story is packed with outdoor activities and our love for nature. We knew Orlando was a great city, but couldn't imagine it had so much nature around it. Coming here makes you aware of your surroundings. All you need is a bike, so you can enjoy every part of this beautiful city while being outdoors. This is our Orlando story. What's yours?
Americans, we can do anything we want, except one thing. We just can't stop being American. Because since that revolution they said we'd lose, we just couldn't choose to stop being American. We put Hemi V8s back on the strip and pack 8 layers in a 7-layer dip. We're body slams and blue suede shoes, rock and roll, jazz and blues. Rockin' mullets and Rat Pack suits, even our grandmas have tattoos. We're NASCAR, rock stars, rodeo, monster trucks and power boats. Welcome to our epic show. Keep winning on Sunday, move horsepower Monday, shake the earth and carve terrain, rock the anthem like Kenny Wayne. So get out there, take your swings, burn rubber after the American dream. Rev your engines and let freedom ring. And never, ever, ever stop being American. Nothing stops America, and nothing stops Ram.
Vamos, dale pues, vamos allá, muévete más loco, como solo tú lo sabes. Así es, pon las manos en la cabeza, sacúdete, sacúdete, mira, sacúdete.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
All right, boys, remember who we are and who we represent. It's not about a place, it's about a people. Yeah! And we hit the field like woo, woo, woo.
All day like woo,
All night like woo,
woo.
New job like.
Damn.
We the boys like woo. Our time like woo.
All that's like woo. Defense like woo.
Okay, Mom.
You all right, baby?
Honolulu like woo.
General like woo.
Downtown like woo.
West Side like woo. Japan like woo.
Brazil like woo. All day like, all night like, all day like, all night like, all day, all night, all day, all night, all day, all night, all day, all night, all day.
Hey, whoa, what is going on
What?
here?
I go where Saquon goes. Get out of here.
Mental health plays a big role in the game of basketball. The preparation it takes just leading up to a game. Mentally, you have to be totally focused, totally engaged, and away from all other distractions. Because any other distractions can get you off kilter. It's very important for our team to prioritize mental health. If you have issues or problems, go speak to someone about it. Open up, don't shy away. Mental health is the key.
In Major League Baseball, you could dream with no limits. You could become your hero.
Oh, he's done it again.
Steal the show. Or even start a new club.
A 40-70 season.
You could meet
your favorite teams, your favorite live streams, your favorite highlights. Be sure to engage with us. Find us now on YouTube at NSBN Sports or visit us at nsbnsports.com.
Inside of the Meadowview Marriott Conference Resort and Convention Center, meeting the Player of the Year, who is a star for the Milligan University Buffaloes. Today, they are going to try and battle down the Montreat Cavaliers, who are looking to go on a Cinderella run after making it out of day one and their play-in game. They have been really good all year long as well, and should be a lot of fun to see if they can find a way out of that day one action. Inside of the Meadowview Marriott Conference Resort and Convention Center, I'm Gabriel Ryan. So glad you're here. Lorenzo Robinson and Frank Osborne alongside me for this battle. Milligan, again, the number one team in the conference. Montreat College's Cavaliers, 15 wins this season, 10 in conference play. Milligan finished with an unbelievable 20 wins. They've won 7 in a row entering this game.
Absolutely, this game should be a lot of fun. The Milligan Lady Buffaloes, they've been so effective all season long, led by the Player of the Year, Samaj Clark, McKenna Myers, and Kinsey Campbell, also really talented for the Buffaloes. Meanwhile, the Montreat Lady Cavaliers, they have one of the better 1-2 punches in the AAC, Ramaya Sanders and Sarah Williams, and they're going to need to have big games if the Montreat Lady Cavs are going to move on.
Yeah, Montreat really turned it on in that second half yesterday in their win against Columbia. First half, they looked okay, but when Ramiah Sanders got out of first gear, it was a whole different game. As for Milligan, we touched on Samaj Clark getting a player of the year. There's really no debate for that one. I think it was 8 player of the week she got this year, both offensive and defensive, just mixing it up a bit.
8 times player of the week?
You can't really complain about that one, can you?
No, that's well-deserved award. That's crazy to win it 8 times. And they're going to get underway in just a moment. We're meeting the starting lineups for these two teams right now, and I'll tell you who's going to be on the floor first. The 5 for the Cavaliers of Montreat: Sands, Sanders, Walraven, Winkler, and Williams. And we'll pivot to the other side of the floor. That's also a look on screen at your schedule for the day. We pivot across and go to our all-conference players, including your player of the year, while we meet the starting lineup. For the Milligan Buffs, it's going to be Myers, Clark, of course, Campbell, Bremer, and Lyon getting the nod, and they are the starting 5 for Milligan to tip us off in this conference tournament matchup between the Buffs and Cavaliers. Quick final thoughts before opening tip, guys.
This will be Milligan's first time playing here in Kingsport during this week. Montreat already a game under their belt. Rest versus rust, we'll see which side prevails.
I think you've got probably the favourites, one of the favourites of the competition against a Montreat side who really, if you can stop Ramiah Sanders or Sarah Williams, I think Milligan will be okay, just stopping those from getting going.
Clark averaged 18 points per game this season, so it just feels indomitable, right? That feels like such an incredible pace. I mean, that's going to be tough to compete with. I don't care who you are.
But Frank, to that point, definitely imperative for Milligan to not allow Montreat's top 2 players to have a great one. They scored over half of their team's points in that win over Columbia yesterday. 34 between those 2 players out of the 65 the team scored.
This is it. The 20-win Milligan Buffaloes, 7 wins straight. The 15-win Cavaliers. We're underway at the Meadowview Marriott Conference Resort and Convention Center. It's Appalachian Athletic Conference Tournament basketball. Ripped away in the foul immediately as they try to feed that to Aiden Taylor, who's averaged 16 points per game this year.
Ramiah Sanders really eased into the matchup against Columbia yesterday. Frank, you spoke about it earlier, how she really stayed in first gear throughout most of that first quarter and almost the entirety of the second. She's going to have to start a lot faster here against the Buffalo squad that's been so effective all year long.
Couldn't agree more, Lorenzo. They're going to need her early to be involved, to be effective. Samaj Clark on the scoreline already as Sanders tries to fight her way through, and we get another call.
Well, one thing about Clark that we've not really touched on yet today, top in the conference for rebounds per game as well as points per game, 9.1 rebounds per game. Just an all-round very good presence.
She'll just pull up for 3, and the rebound is pulled in by the Buffaloes of Milligan.
Milligan, the defending champs. They were the regular season and tournament champions last year, trying to go back-to-back here in 2026.
Montreat back to the attacking end of the floor. So far, cold. After the turnover. Cavaliers to the wing. 3-ball rattles out. Hauled in on the rebound by Lena Lyon. It's our first look at Lena Lyon in this tournament. She was so good last year, and the Milligan Buffs score back-to-back buckets to open us.
Yeah, starting off early, trying to get out in transition. 2 transition buckets already for the Buffaloes.
Sanders down low on the baseline. A little too much sauce as Lyon hauls it in.
We already see Ramiah Sanders being a little bit more aggressive in the early stages of this one. Much different than how she started off their game yesterday.
Myers went to Campbell. She'll drive to the straightaway. Dished again to the side of the floor. Good feed to the wing. Through, down low, baseline off the glass. Rattles and goes. Gorgeous. To respond and get the lid off, it's wide. Ball rolls off the floor. Couple of changes coming.
Roberts coming on now. She's much more aggressive. She loves the fight in and around the basket. So no surprise she's coming on. See if she can stop Clark getting into her rebound game.
Roberts also coming into the game in place of Winkler.
You see that matchup in the post, Sanders and Clark battling.
Lyon went to Clark, now back on the drive, down low off the bottom of the backboard. That was a good drive by Myers.
It was, but I'd expect to see a lot of that matchup. Number 12 in blue, number 11 in white doing battle.
And immediately scoring another, Milligan leading 9-0, the long ball.
Absolutely, the long ball indeed. It's been all Buffaloes early on.
All Buffaloes is looking to break on the floor. A red-hot start for the hometown Milligan Buffs at the Meadowview Marriott.
What if you can have it all? A place to call home, a great job, and a safe and welcoming community to raise your family. You can have all that and more in Kingsport, Tennessee. For the past quarter century, Kingsport has been on a mission to reinvent itself as the first professionally planned and privately financed city of the 20th century. Kingsport has earned the nickname the Model City. From award-winning educational initiatives to business incubators to the surrounding natural beauty, Kingsport is just the right size to have the amenities you need without the traffic and crime of a larger city. With a vibrant downtown, great shopping and dining, and a thriving local economy, Kingsport is the perfect place to call home. Ready to start loving where you live? Choose Kingsport. Visit movetokingsport.com and discover all the reasons why this charming town is the perfect place to call home.
In Kingsport, it's a 9-0 red-hot start for the Milligan Buffs in their hometown and just across town from their home court in the Meadowview Marriott. Pushed through by Sanders, stolen away by Milligan. Lyon pitches it down the floor, and wide open the Buffaloes go for the layup and get another.
Yeah, you can't really ask for a better start if you're the Buffaloes. Coach Kylie Greer leading this group, an 11-0 run already.
Milligan really good on the transition. We've seen a couple of times Lyon just winning it back and sending it forward. Montreat gonna have to work out something to combat that.
I mean, Montreat has been super effective offensively as well this year. Milligan averaging 76 points per game. Montreat averaging 81. Fights her way through. Too much. Falls to the hardwood, and we've got a jump ball.
I don't think it hit the rim, so I'm not. They agree. Rolled around it, never hit it.
Sanders, the floater, as she's fouled.
Maya Sanders has no choice but to be aggressive for Montreat. First in the conference in field goals made. She's not really known for her long-range prowess, but she's capable of taking shots from deep. But her bread is buttered at being able to get to the basket and having great touch around the rim.
Sanders, first couple of points of the day for the Cavaliers of Montreat College. Entry feed for Milligan, stolen. Montreat heating up a little bit. On the way, big high bounce, somehow pulled in by the Buffs of Milligan, and they'll run the floor. Milligan, the long ball. Back across to the wing, three-pointer, sails out of play.
Now Milligan playing some time without their player of the year, Samaj Clark. She's getting a little bit of early rest here with her team already ahead by 9.
Here come the Cavs of Montreat. They need Ramaya Sanders, who's got the ball. You mentioned she led the conference in field goals made this season as she gets her first field goal of the day from the floor. Sanders averaged 17 points per game this year.
And she's so difficult to stay in front of off the dribble. Very quick, twitchy athlete, and when she gets going downhill, if she gets square with you and your shoulders get even with her, you can basically kiss it goodnight.
You can't help but feel if Montreat are going to make this a battle, then she's going to be the main storyline of today's game.
And again, not a lot of teams have that type of 1-2 punch in Sanders and Williams at their disposal, and it really allows Montreat's coach Jamie Moore to stagger her 2 best players and always keep a dominant scorer on the floor at all times.
Get the foul, a push down inside. Camper about to come on for the Cavaliers of Montreat. This goes.
Sanai Camper, the Peach State native, a former Cartersville Purple Hurricane.
That's a deep cut. That's a good one. Cartersville's got gigantic high school. That's a fantastic athletics program.
Made famous, of course, by Trevor Lawrence, signal caller for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Pinballed out, put back. Seems like every Jaguars quarterback is somehow affiliated with my life. This one, a hook shot. Before that, Blake Bortles.
We have to unpack that.
We'll
Blake Bortles, Midwest guy?
He was coached by one of my good friends, Wes Allen, at the Masters Academy. Long ball down the floor, pushed out to the wing. Little entry feed along the block. A lot of pressure on Lyon there, so she'll dish it outside.
That 3-point shot going down for Montreat could be a good omen for a team that wasn't really that successful from long range this season.
Myers to the wing. This bounces off the heel of the iron. 4:21 to play in the first, a dozen to 7 as Montreat has outscored the Buffs 7-1 since their timeout.
Yeah, and sometimes it can be good to get that break to settle down, come into your own, really get yourself into the ball game mentally. That may be what Montreat needed to get going. Ramaya Sanders already up to 4 points today.
Well, they seem to take what their coach is saying really well, and every time the coach says something to them, they come out firing. Look at yesterday, halftime, they were struggling. We were saying something needed to change, and they came out and blew Columbia away.
This goes down inside, so we're within just 3 points. And stopped. Montreat gonna take over again with the basketball.
Yeah, and it was again Ramaya Sanders getting downhill and finishing inside. You can already tell that she's taking this game a little bit more personally than that last one yesterday. She has been very aggressive in the early stages.
Following an 11-0 run by the Buffaloes, Montreat has outscored them 9-1 since the timeout. Ball rolls off, Buffaloes get it back.
Yeah, a little bit of overpassing there from Montreat. That was Roberts looking for Ella Kate Walraven. So Samaj Clark back in for Milligan. We'll see if she starts to get going and try to match what Ramaya Sanders is doing for Montreat.
Rolled through and off the glass this goes.
Must have heard what you were saying.
Absolutely.
Kiss off the glass is too easy. All of a sudden, we're really heating up. 14-9.
Yeah, they're going to get Layla Harvey on the offensive foul. Initially thought that she was taking a bump, but extending that right arm is what they're going to get on the floor.
Pulls up immediately. Tried that from the top of the block. Buffs. Put her back off the window, and this goes for Ashley.
In 2 consecutive possessions, ending in second chance points, Milligan, the #1 rebounding team in the conference, crashing that offensive glass early.
Buffalo's Sanders works it across. Harvey, the entry feed, and this won't drop off the glass for Winkler. To respond, Buffalo's down low. Oh, nice roll on the front of the iron. Just dropping over for Ashley.
Yeah, great pass by Samaj Clark in the secondary break, finding Ashley.
Every now and then, Milligan just show their quality and show why they are in the league, in the lead, sorry. The game was getting a bit closer. They just did what they normally do and gave themselves a nice little buffer again.
They're on a 7-0, make it 8-0 run over the last minute of play.
And that run really coincided with the re-entrance of Samaj Clark into this game. Samaj Clark was taking a breather, and you can tell that Montreat was getting ready to inch closer into it with Ramaya Sanders being very aggressive. But like clockwork, Clark comes back in, and Milligan starts to extend their advantage once more.
I want to say something like surprising or impressive, but it's just expected. That's what she is. She's a spark plug. Here comes number 11, dishes it off. Clark gave it. Ashley to Lyon. Entry feed, top of the block, rattled out. They could really use a big bucket on this end of the floor as the Cavs won't get it and it's poked outside. Can't be recovered by the Buffaloes.
The most impressive part for me when it comes to watching Samaj Clark play is the pace that she plays with. It almost seems like she's playing at a different level than everyone else. You can't really speed her up. She's always going to get into the best shot, either for herself or for her teammates, and also her aggression on the glass.
Yeah, it's that swagger that we touched on with Pikeville last game. Samaj Clark. Warren's having that swagger. When you get player of the year or player of the week 8 times, you sort of, everyone knows you, everyone's a bit fearful of you.
I didn't make it hit.
Way back on the front court, she'll drive. Trying to knife her way around Clark. It's too much pressure. Kicked outside, 3 ball, big high bounce, and goes out of play.
We're yet to really see Sarah Williams start to hit the form that she was hitting yesterday. She was doing well early, got 17 points against Columbia, and yet to find the net today.
And that's sort of what it was for Montreat yesterday when Sarah Williams had it going. Ramaya Sanders took a back seat, and then vice versa there in the second half. They're going to need both of them to be firing on all cylinders if they're going to find a way to win this game.
Good long entry feed to the baseline and fouled down low as she tries to get to work. Callie Reeder was the one who took the shot. So far from the floor, Montreat 3 of 15, that's 20%. Milligan 8 of 17, that's 47%. I don't think they're going to keep that clip. I think they're going to heat up. Tell me if I'm crazy.
You're crazy.
Okay.
But I do agree with that sentiment.
Okay, that's fair. I appreciate that. Big high bounce, hauled in, off the window, no. Put back again, and it drops for Milligan.
And you have to try to keep the Buffs off the glass. Right now, Montreat really struggling in that regard. That rebounding total just rising for the Buffs. They're already up +7.
Drives, pinballed off, and out of play. Timeout on the floor.
I think we're going to see Montreat start to press a little bit more aggressively.
Long feed, taken down. whipped across, and the Buffaloes take it all the way. Clark tries the shot as it remains 22-9. Less than a minute to go in our first. On the way, this pinball's off as well. Came off the heel of the iron. Now we're reversed ends of the floor as the Buffaloes run it. Pitch through to the back door, and Milligan finds the bottom of the net. That's off the mark. Another chance won't find the mark either. Back and forth we go.
It's Williams' first shot of the game. It's not something I expected I'd be saying right at the end of the first quarter.
She's still trying to round in the form and now taking the matchup of Samaj Clark as the clock winds down.
Unusual end to this first period as Clark does nail the three. 25-9 to end period one. We go back and forth a couple times and conclude with a big Milligan lead. They're on pace to score 100 in Kingsport.
What if you can have it all? A place to call home, a great job, and a safe and welcoming community to raise your family. You can have all that and more in Kingsport, Tennessee. For the past quarter century, Kingsport has been on a mission to reinvent itself as the first professionally planned and privately financed city of the 20th century. Kingsport has earned the nickname the Model City. From award-winning educational initiatives to business incubators to the surrounding natural beauty, Kingsport is just the right size to have the amenities you need without the traffic and crime of a larger city. With a vibrant downtown, great shopping and dining, and a thriving local economy, Kingsport is the perfect place to call home. Ready to start loving where you live? Choose Kingsport. Visit movetokingsport.com and discover all the reasons why this charming town is the perfect place to call home.
Back in Kingsport, 25-9 Milligan. They're on a red-hot pace entering our second period. Glad you're with us. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, Frank Osborne bringing you this.
So Milligan right now ahead by 16 against Montreat, but Montreat had a slow start against Columbia. They ended up walking them down later on in that game.
Quick kiss off the glass.
Yeah, very uphill battle for them as that lead balloons to 18.
Yeah, Milligan aren't the type of side that's going to be easy to just come out in the second half and overrun, though.
Man, Montreat really got it going after that timeout. They went on a 9-1 run at one point, and then it just fell apart. And it's literally, they haven't scored since, obviously. They scored all 9 points on one run. I don't know if they need another timeout. They just had the quarter break. This rattles and won't go. Buffaloes try it again off the window and find the bottom of the net.
Continuing to pound that offensive glass. Milligan up to 9 offensive rebounds. They have taken 8 more field goal attempts than Montreat so far today.
3 balls short.
It's quite interesting. At the quarter break, you could see the Milligan coach quite animated at her players, suggesting she didn't want them to dribble for the sake of dribbling. If you can't go anywhere, just pass the ball and trust the team will create opportunities.
Milligan's shooting percentage remaining strong in the mid-40s, really strong at 47%. They're 12 of 26. Montreat has only gotten worse, obviously, as they haven't scored since that 9-point run. They're 3 of 20, that's 15%. 3 ball from the straightaway, rims and drops into the bottom of the twine. It's 32-9.
And how often do we see great players really try to force the issue and really try to impose their will? Samaj Clark, she's taken 8 good looks for her team, but she's also made some great dimes to free up her teammates.
Pushed it through. Good rotation for Amaya Sanders, and that's why that works, right? They move their offense around. They kind of invent or manufacture their own lane, and it's just enough space that even with the defender in her face, there was separation there, and Clark is able to drop that home. Or rather, Sanders, excuse me.
For sure, Ramaya Sanders, she's up to 8 points now. She's going to need some help if they're going to win it.
Clark has got 9. Campbell with 2, 7 for Bremer, 3 for Lyon, 3 for Myers. This drops off the front, fighting for it on the baseline as both players hit the hardwood. Got a couple of changes. On the other end, Sanders has 8 points of the 11 scored by Montreat, 3 for Walraven. Ella, Kate, and Ramaya are doing it all. They've got to get somebody else involved.
We did say we wanted to see Ramaya Sanders look more up for it from the start, and she has been. She just needs the rest of her team to give her a hand as well.
Can't score all 32. This one goes on cue. Ramaya Sanders. She's got 11.
Can't score all 32, but she is sure gonna try.
Down low, fouled. That's about right. She is sure gonna try.
Yeah, still quiet right now from Sarah Williams as she takes a seat. Also something to watch out for Montreat. Of their top 5 scorers, there's Ramaya Sanders, who's a junior. The rest of them freshmen, 4 freshmen behind her. So not a whole lot of experience in these type of situations.
Pulled down, we're moving quickly. Cavaliers all the way back on the front court. Sanders the one who rebounded it. To the corner, wanted that 3, instead she'll drive. Knifes her way through off the glass. The putback rolls and drops into the net for Varela.
But I did like the aggressive take by Bailey Winkler just to get a shot up on the board, and a great job by Varela to crash the glass.
Lone Dead, this is headed the other way with Montreat. They're starting to score a little bit here. In fact, they've been all evened up with the Buffaloes in this second period. It's been 7-7, but Milligan outscored them 25-9 in the first.
Yeah, I think the pace of the game got away from them a little bit in that first quarter. Milligan dictating the pace throughout. It seems like now that Montreat's gotten them off the mat, they're starting to play more of their style of basketball.
3 ball, a bit strong. I love that boxing reference you just made. Headed the other way. She'll stop and float it all the way over the top. Myers over the back, off the glass for a pair. It's 34-16.
You can see why she's first team all conference, can't you? Makes it look so easy.
I feel like we've spoken a lot about so many different players, great players here in this game. We haven't really spoken a lot about McKenna Myers.
Myers at the line. This pops out on her. McKenna Myers has had a really nice season. 12 points per game, 42% from the floor, 35% from long range, and good at the line as well.
Yeah, she's such an important member of that Milligan Buffalo squad.
Stolen away. Hits the brakes. Milligan getting set. They're going to take their time on this possession. Stolen back and headed down to the other end of the floor. Montreat's Cavaliers led on the charge by Camper, and 1 as she gets this to go.
Yes, Sanai Camper sized up the defender who was backpedaling, went right through the chest, and was able to control and contort her body for the finish.
Bounced out, taken down by the Buffaloes. Tried that off the window. No luck maintaining possession. Down low this goes. Great work. No surprise to see Ramaya Sanders powering this offense. She's got 13.
And she's an absolute blur, just zooming past those defenders of the Milligan Buffs.
Yeah, it's like once she drops that shoulder, she is gone before you can even see her go past you. We asked before the game for her to be out of gear 1 from the start, and I think she's taken that pretty personally.
Absolutely, as she should, as she should. A great player in her regard, going up against another great player in Samaj Clark. Right now, she's doing everything she can do in that matchup.
Ball fired wide on the attempt to pass it through. So it's quick turnover. 5.5 still to play in this first half.
Maya Sanders, whenever, again, she gets those shoulders square with the defender, once her shoulders get even, you can pretty much kiss it goodnight. She's too fast to be able to stop on those situations.
She'll fire from three-point land. Pulled down and kept alive by the Buff.
Something quite nice about Milligan. It's not always the same person getting the rebound. It feels like every single one of them getting involved, just following in every shot.
On the wing, she'll try the three. Strong. That's a lunch pail crew, right? You know, that kind of all doing the work. This is stolen away. Long feed through. Buffs back outside. Lyon overshoots her into the bench of the Cavaliers.
And Sarah Williams coming back into the game.
Timeout on the floor, a media break for us. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. I'm getting tired. 4:41 still to play in the first half.
The Bays Mountain Park Adventure Course. Gear up and climb the Hawk's Nest. Work together as a team to complete 4 high ropes challenges, all while suspended 40 feet in the air. Finish with a zip through the canopies on our 310-foot zip line. Our ground course features 9 exciting challenges and is perfect for large and small groups. The Bays Mountain Park Adventure Course. Thrilling fun for group events, parties, and field trips.
We're back in Kingsport, Tennessee, trying to behave ourselves. It's very hard. 34-20, 4.5 to go in this first half. Coach is not happy. We heard her during the break.
But it was something that me and Frank spoke a little bit about earlier in our first game today when U-Pike did battle with Bryan. There has to be some type of extra oomph that a coaching staff needs to bring when you come into the conference tournament having already clinched the national tournament berth. U-Pike, of course, winning the regular season championship. They're going to be in the national tournament next week. Milligan the same. They won the regular season title for the 2nd season in a row. They've already wrapped up an NAIA national tournament appearance. But they want to try to go back-to-back in both championships, not just the regular season, but the conference tournament as well.
Pitch that forward. Now the entry feed for the Cavaliers. The spin move and getting that one to go is Roberts.
Yeah, and I love the stick-to-itiveness in the post by Treslin Roberts. Nifty footwork and a great scoop lay-in.
Roberts' first bucket of the game. She's got 2.
You see Montreat now in a zone look in that 2-3 zone, trying to force Milligan into some tougher shots offensively.
Campbell back to Irvin, who lights off the 3, and she can't get it.
Right now, the zone doing its job. Milligan taking tougher shots.
Sanders. Way back on the front court. 3 ball, tried for the bank shot, put back, and fouled down along the baseline.
It's Treslin Roberts again, great effort down low, crashing that offensive glass, giving Milligan a taste of their own medicine a little bit. They've been so dominant down low as a rebounding unit.
Couple of changes on the floor. Roberts. The changes include Irvin, Reeder, Browning coming out of the game. Myers, Clark, Kruger all into the game for the Buffs as she gets the second of two. 34-23.
Montreat was down big at one point in this second quarter. They've done a great job of battling, and they're still well in this ball game.
They've outscored the Buffs in the second quarter 14-9.
To see why the Milligan coach was so frustrated then.
Good kiss off the glass down low, 36-23. Looking to respond. Cavaliers try the three. It's off the side. Put back again. It rims and won't go.
Yeah, but that was again Treslin Roberts working down low, her 6th rebound of the game, but a missed opportunity on the putback.
On the wing. Milligan working it around, waiting to create some space. Myers driving down the baseline and forced out of play.
Yeah, the defensive rotation is a lot crisper here in the second quarter. We're not seeing many free runners, free rollers going to the rim. Montreat really sticking to those offensive players.
Put on. What a shot, and she gets it to go. Samaj Clark has got a dozen points.
And 2K players around the world know that as the no-dip three from Samaj Clark, rise and fire.
How could she? I can't even fathom how.
Do you know how strong you have to be to be able
to
pull that off?
I know. I've done that, and I miss wildly. Headed to the other end. Spin move. Stolen for a moment. Somehow Milligan gets it back. Pinballing around, and possession stays with the Buffs. Lyon to Clark. She just hit one. Same follow through, this time a bit strong.
Montreat, they were creeping back into this ball game, but like clockwork, Milligan in answer.
We'll head to the other end of the floor. 39-23, Milligan. Big shout out to the Meadowview Marriott on the internet connection. I don't know what they changed. 3-ball goes a bit strong. I know he got here early. Spent a lot of time on the phone with IT and was able to wrestle them into submission. This is the first time we've had functional internet the entire tournament. Driving to the block, kick to the corner. Oh, what a big collision inside as she gets a hand on the ball, but we get the whistle.
And I think it may have looked a little bit worse than it probably was on the floor. That one looked to me like a lot of ball. I guess they're going to get her for the body. I don't have too many bad things to say about this officiating crew, though. I think they're doing a good job. I think they're doing a good job.
Clearly they're taking notes. I don't know if anybody was with us during the last game, but the officials are like asking me about Lorenzo. They thought it was me. He said, "Am I good enough for you?" I was like, "Listen, no, you're a great guy."
Sound like a scorned lover.
40-23, 53 seconds left in the first
Am I
half.
good enough for you? What do you mean?
That's what he said. I don't know.
He just needs to do his job.
I don't know. I'm just trying to call the game.
Why are the refs seeking reassurance?
I don't know.
We're just the
This
commentators.
goes
Yeah, like
down
I'm not
inside.
here to grade you on your job. Go ask the commissioner.
35 seconds left in the first half. Push through to the backside. Just in play all the way to the sideline and pinballs and rolls off. Half a minute to go in half one.
Shot clock has been turned off. Expect Montreat to hold on for one, and even more specifically than that, I'd be surprised if Ramaya Sanders isn't the one to take it.
Sanders with the ball. Time winding on this first half. Pulls up, and this is off the mark. A dozen seconds showing on the clock. 9, 8, long feed. Milligan looking for a buzzer beater. Clark 5 across. Lion drives down the block from the side. This one, too much sauce as it rolls off over the baseline. So a really exciting first half of action between these two teams. We go back and forth. We see a ton of action. Thoughts on what we saw here?
Ramaya Sanders leading the way for her team, 13 of their 23 points. The problem is no one else has joined the party for them thus far. Meanwhile, the Milligan Buffs out in front and dominant.
Yeah, I think both star players have shown up. Sanders and Clark are here to play. They just need their teams to join in with them. We've seen how good Montreat were after the break yesterday, so we'll be looking to see if they're going to do the same again today.
We're at the half, 40-23, the lead with the Milligan Buffs. They're in command on the Southeast Sports Network.
Some might ask, what's the hurry? But if it's the difference between getting McDonald's breakfast and settling for a Big Mac, well, run like the wind. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's like that.
Donovan stays fair.
Everybody feel it, come around with the rhythm, it's a sound. Everybody get down when we give it to you. It's like that.
You don't have to wear a uniform for service or sacrifice. Every day, ordinary Americans perform extraordinary acts of courage and selfless service. Please join us in recognizing citizen heroes who have made a difference in the lives of others through their acts of courage and selfless service in communities across America. Nominate a citizen hero today at themedalofhonor.com.
Welcome back to Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas. Tony, what do you think?
Quincy, it's 2 a.m. You have school tomorrow. Get some rest.
See you tomorrow, Saquon.
You got it, Quessy.
His name is Quincy. The crowd goes wild.
Hey, Quincy.
Quincy! Your son's fantasies are going to destroy my house.
Spin move. Quincy, take the slap. Hike. Here comes Fred Warner.
I'm open.
He's got Jefferson.
Hit the gritty?
Nah, hit the Quincy.
What is that boy doing?
Nobody was Oh no!
Bring it, little man.
Cam Jordan!
I'll see you tomorrow, Quasi.
Quincy's in trouble!
I got you.
He pitches it to Saquon! No! My ball!
That's on you, bro. Besides, I'm not even real.
Is this your ball? What's your name?
Quishy.
Quincy. I'm OC. I know that look. I know that dream. I had the same one. See, Kwesi, doesn't have to be a dream anymore. Doesn't matter where you're born, as long as you're born to play.
Just making sure you were real.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live, all from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
Mental health plays a massive role in professional soccer and in sports in general. We're all here to support each other. We're all here to help each other, and you never know what somebody is going through, whether it's on the field or off the field. For me, mental health plays a huge role when it comes to goalkeeping, because a lot of times the game is not near me and not near the goalkeeper, and it's important that I stay calm and stay ready and stay connected to the team even when the play is not by me.
Once upon a time, there was a girl with golden locks. You know what? Maybe it was like a rugged, woodsy dude. Yeah. The beds were too hard, the chairs were too soft, the porridge was too... This Goldilocks wanted something tastier.
Those look just right.
First, he drove the Ram 2500 Rebel to pick up some dinner. Too hot! Ow! Some really big dinner.
Tastes like chicken.
Next, he took the Ram Charger deep into the woods to flex his artistic muscles.
That was the village tree.
Then, completely abandoning the narrative, he fired up the Ram RHO for a little joyride.
Time to jump a volcano.
This is my story. But yeah, the bears were there. And they all lived happily ever after. Sorta.
Our South Carolina story is told through love. We always felt the need to take a moment for ourselves, and the ocean has always drawn us closer. Charleston was such a romantic destination, with its ancient oaks and beautiful walking paths through town. But we love hiking too, and Greenville gave us a perfect view. This is our South Carolina story. What's yours?
A barbecue bacon QPC from McDonald's.
Oh, you mean the injury special? I'll play you for it.
I've been waiting for you, OG. And if I win, McDonald's on me. Oh, you know my game, right?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Let them know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, vámonos. Let's get it.
I got something for you, Aaliyah.
All right, let me see it. Let me see it. Ooh. Ah! All
Yo, Stewie, winner takes the bag. You know that meal is already mine.
Golly. Right here with you. Right here with you.
I see y'all.
What's that? Big Mama?
Made mine a double QPC, but
Your favorite teams, your favorite live streams, your favorite highlights. Be sure to engage with us. Find us now on YouTube at NSBN Sports or visit us at nsbnsports.com.
Welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee for the Appalachian Athletic Conference Basketball Conference Tournament quarterfinal. Montreat against Milligan. We're at halftime. Milligan leading 40-23. They've been in control for the majority of the game. Samaj Clark, the standout, the player of the year. She's on 12 points. And Ramaya Sanders for the Cavaliers. She's been out of first gear this time, but on 13 points. She can't do it all. She needs her team to help her out in the second half. We saw yesterday Montreat very good after the break, but we're hoping that they can do the same again to close this 17-point gap.
Thanks, Frank. Back, everybody, with coverage on the Southeast Sports Network. 40-23 entering the third period. Hebrew Shrine, Lorenzo Robinson, Frank Osborne bringing you this one. Frank will have our player of the game as well when we wrap up. Talked to some great players so far. I was so impressed with Brian's Gibbs.
I was impressed with the entire U-Pike roster.
I was impressed with the city of Pikeville, Kentucky.
You just expect that.
Pretty good.
It's all right. But I'm very impressed with what Ramaya Sanders is doing today, as you spoke about, Frank. 5 of 14 from the field, 13 points. What's a little bit more surprising than that, very quiet from Sarah Williams. She really just hasn't gotten involved a ton. She's only taken one shot, no points so far. If Montreat is going to find any type of way to get back into this ball game, Sarah Williams has to be more aggressive.
Yeah, she had 17 points yesterday. You don't go from 17 points to nothing, surely.
Dished around Sanders. The handoff, and she fires from the elbow. That's automatic.
Man, that was right on cue, Frank. Sarah Williams getting involved early.
Really nice ball by Sarah Williams. She's got a pair. Milligan off the window. This goes. The response immediately from Bremer, who's got 9.
Well, yesterday, Williams found a lot of her joy in the corner. She's not really been able to receive the ball that often in the corner today. That says something about Milligan's defending as opposed to Columbia's.
3 ball wide. Hauled in, will reverse floor.
We see now a bit of a defensive adjustment against Ramaya Sanders. They're conceding a little bit of space to her on the perimeter, trying to make her beat them with the jump shot. She's a capable jump shooter, but that's not really the main part of her game. She wants to try to get downhill. Buff's trying to keep her out of the paint.
Yeah, the less space you give her to run into, the better for the Buffaloes.
Range ball, rattled off. Myers hauls it in. McKenzie couldn't get it. Pulled down by Roberts. Headed the other way, and this just rolls off the top as well. 2.5 minutes into this second half, we've only seen 6 points.
We've seen that a few times on some of those straight line drives from Montreat, getting all the way to the front of the rim, but just unable to finish on multiple occasions today.
Woo! Lights it off and knocks it down. Oh my goodness. Clark.
Yeah, Samaj Clark putting on the brakes and shooting the jumper right there. That was a good move.
Nasty with it. Poked, almost gets the steal. Back on the front court, she's just a menace.
Yeah, that's the player of the year showing off right now. Great performance for her team.
Diabolical. Down inside, defensively, couldn't get it over her. Ball loose and hauled in by the Buffs. Milligan, backdoor, too easy off the glass as the Buffs. They've scored 8 in this second half.
I know she's on 16 points, and it feels a bit crazy to say, but I still don't think Samaj Clark is playing her best. Like, doesn't seem like she's really going for it. She knows that she's got the ability to win this game without even going 100%, I think.
I agree. Here's a look back at our day one games. 62-57, Bryan punched their ticket but fell to Pikeville, who is, well, we're impressed with the whole roster. 81-80, Tennessee Wesleyan beats Reinhardt on a buzzer beater. 65-59, the Cavaliers looking great. They sailed through Columbia. The Koalas scored a lot of late points. That was more of a wide margin than that scoreline makes it look like. And of course, the big win for Spartanburg Methodist College to cap day one. And this is where we're at right now in day two.
Yeah, and we've seen the top seeds really dominate so far today. The Union Commonwealth Bulldogs all over Columbia, which was similar to their first showdown where Union dominated that one as well. And then after that, U-Pike just smothering Bryan College in game 2.
A lot of basketball left to be played, but that's where we stand. And in your game, it's 48-25. Glad you're along with us. This has been a lot of fun.
I'll tell you, the game that I'm most looking forward to on that schedule, Reinhardt versus Johnson, the final game of the day. The 3rd-seeded Reinhardt Lady Eagles, 6th-seeded Johnson Royals. They had a game a few weeks ago that even though the margin of victory seemed a bit lopsided in Reinhardt's direction, it was very hotly contested. Tensions flew, and that has really become a rivalry over the years, those two programs doing battle. So an interesting matchup in the quarterfinal round.
And Wahan's got a great roster at Johnson, and the Royals have a lot of firepower on that bench, but they've struggled with injuries all year. So how much have they recovered from that injury bug? I mean, we're talking 8 players were unavailable against Reinhardt.
Yeah, and one of their key players out with a broken back, probably the worst injury you can get, especially as a senior, which is sad to see, but I'm sure Johnson will be playing on behalf of her, trying to do her proud. Jordan Hefner, I think it is.
Yeah, that's Jordan Heifner for that Johnson Lady Royal Ball Club. Last season, a first-team all-conference selection, also an all-defensive team member. And in particular, she was a player that gave Reinhardt a ton of trouble throughout last year. In their second matchup in the Brown Athletic Center in Waleska, Georgia, she had over 20 points, really dominated that game down the stretch, and took down the Reinhardt Lady Eagles. So without her, they haven't really been the same type of threat against them, but still should be a ton of fun in our nightcap tonight.
Jordan, one of a few products out of Bradley Central High School, I don't think anybody is going to contest this, the greatest high school basketball program in the history of the state of Tennessee. They've won what feels like 30 state championships in the last few decades. They've been unstoppable at the Smitty in Cleveland, Tennessee.
30 state championships?
Yeah, and I've covered, they've won at least 20. They've produced some WNBA products. Girls have gone on to play at Kentucky, Georgia, SEC schools. Bryan and the Royals lost a number of their players because schools came in and scalped them, full ride scholarships, and they've all moved on. It's going to be a problem for Johnson and Reinhardt going forward, as we've discussed off the air, right? These schools are coming in, these Division I schools. Jack State did it to Reinhardt's women's program 2 years ago. Last year, it's Johnson. These schools come in, they have seemingly and comparatively unlimited money. But that's really, it's not a bad thing, because I think now if you want to play Power 4 basketball, or if you want to make it to the big show in the SEC, if you're not a generational product, you're going to have to play some ball here. You're going to have to play at a Division II school, or if you're lucky enough to make an NAI roster, you're going to have to play some NAI ball to move on and play at the Division I level now, and makes for better hoops.
Yeah, but it's a double-edged sword for a lot of these coaching staffs, because even though you want to have that as an option, it does well to show people that it's possible to reach your dreams by coming to these schools. You don't necessarily want to recruit players who only want to use this as a launching pad.
And they're going to leave.
Yeah, you don't want to have that in the forefront of their minds. You want to show them that it's an option, if you do play some great basketball at a high enough level, you can make that move, but you don't necessarily want to market yourself as a feeder program. You want people to still come to your school and make that decision to want to be around for 4 years.
It's about finding that balance. If you have players that are good enough to go to some of the big D1 schools, they've probably done all right for you, and you probably had a decent enough season that you'll be able to recruit. And if you back your recruiting to do that every year, it's fair play.
And I'll say that I saw a lot of that during my time playing football. There were a lot of players who came to our program with the expectation of leaving after 2 years. And a lot of those guys found trouble even getting on the field during those 2 years. Meanwhile, some players who may not have necessarily been the highest touted players coming into their own during high school came in, produced at a high level, and they were able to make that jump. So you really don't want to go into it with those type of expectations, but also provide the opportunity when it presents itself.
I agree, it's problematic, but it's a double-edged sword is the best way to describe it. Things have changed. Is it going to be a good thing? Is it going to be a bad thing? Can you grow a program based off of that? I think more than anything, it's just, it fits well with the mission of what we've done at the Southeast Sports Network over the last couple of years. You know, a big part of what SESN is about is taking schools and elevating them and giving them the broadcast they deserve, right? If you look at other conference tournaments around the country right now, you'll be surprised to find that you have to pay to watch, and they're a single camera stream with maybe one announcer. That's just not acceptable to me. I mean, this is very, very high level of college athletics. We want to bring it to light, and that's what we do, and we're proud to do that. I think that feeds into that mission, right? We've got athletes that are coming in and they're moving on to another level, and it's showing that this is such a high level. The athletes can be scalped out, and they will average 15, 20 points a game at the Division I level, but it does hurt the programs long term.
Well, if you take away the broadcasting, you've got so many talents that are going to be completely undiscovered, and I think being able to show them off like we can here is a really good way to help gems be discovered, really.
Absolutely, and we're able to expand the viewing audience quite a bit from what it would be on just a traditional conference network, you know, behind a link or where you have to go seek it out. We're attracting viewers that are not affiliated with these schools. They're not alum, they've never heard of the schools. They're just happening onto the social media content, and some of them watch the whole tournament, right? So we average quite a bit of viewership throughout the course of these. On the way this goes as we get the whistle.
Yeah, that was a tremendous drive to the basket by Layla Harvey. She's had a few different seemingly potential straight line drives that didn't go her way. That time getting right to the front of the rim and finishing.
Montreat's coach calling out to the official. Says, keep an eye on that. I didn't hear what she said.
Both coaches haven't really been happy for the majority of today's game.
Understandable. Samaj is feeling a little happy. She's got 18 points with that kiss off the glass.
Yeah, the player of the year leading from the front for the Milligan Lady Buffaloes. Of course, the winner of this one is going to take on the winner in what should be a phenomenal contest. The 4th-seeded U-Pike Bears taking on the 5th-seeded Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs. In those two matchups that those two teams faced, U-Pike and Tennessee Wesleyan split in those contests. Tennessee Wesleyan lost that first matchup 73-65 at home before going on the road and taking down Pikeville 92-88.
On the elbow, able to fight her way through and gets this to go. Nice shot on the run.
Again, Layla Harvey maintaining her aggression, continuing to try to get downhill. That was a nice finish off the spin move.
Good crowd today. Obviously would love to see it fill up a little more than this, but nice turnout. Get a couple of steps This is going to head the other way.
Montreat haven't really got going in the second half like they did yesterday. Against Columbia, they came out and absolutely blew them away. Milligan's quality are just shining through and stopping them getting any real momentum going.
Yeah, I would say in their defense, they're playing a much better opponent here today in Milligan.
Fights her way through to the baseline, regathered, battling down low in the whistle.
Coming into the second half, we said that somebody needed to join the party with Ramaya Sanders and really give her a little bit of relief when it comes to taking on every single possession. That relief still hasn't really shown up for Montreat. Layla Harvey's gotten involved as the third quarter has continued, but overall it's been Ramaya Sanders and everyone else just sort of standing around and watching her work.
And Montreat has never really cleaned up that shooting percentage. I kept going back to that in the first period. Still just 26% from the floor today. As a team, they're 14 of 53. I think that would solve your problem alone. I mean, I don't think you have to get any more rebounds or make any more plays defensively. I don't think you have to create any turnovers or extra possessions. You just got to shoot a little better from the floor, and you're right in this.
And I think from an offensive standpoint, Montreat and Coach Jamie Moore, they do a great job of promoting motion, having different free runners coming off of backdoor cuts and slipping screens. They're a great passing team. They're fourth in the conference in assists per game. But so far, of their 14 made field goals, only 4 of them have been assisted. So Milligan has done a nice job of sticking to those cutters, switching when they can, and really mucking the game up for them on the defensive end of the floor.
But going back on what you were saying earlier, Montreat have had more shots than Milligan. Milligan just have that quality. That's the reason why they are where they are in the league. Got the quality to finish, be ruthless.
Ramaya's got 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 15 points. She's 6 of 16, so not quite at that clip you'd like to see, that really high percentage of near 40, but not bad. She's doing well. This goes for Samaj Clark, who's up to 20 points in the game. She's 8 of 15 from the floor, over 50%, 2 of 4 from three-point range, 6 rebounds and 4 assists as well.
It just looks so easy for her.
Yeah, it does. It feels, from up here on press row, it feels easy.
Well, I'm intrigued to see a later battle where they've probably got a tougher opponent, where Samaj Clark is going to have to go 100% from the start.
Milligan's women's team felt unstoppable at this tournament last year. It's going to be a rocky ride to the finish for everybody else. You're going to have to get by this Milligan Buffs roster. I don't think we're going to see a lot of close games for them. I think they've got Pikeville, Reinhardt, TWU circled in the bracket. Other than that, there's not a lot of concern for these Buffaloes as they're leading big late in the third.
Yeah, and we spoke a little bit about the way that the season went on the women's side this season. Milligan, Bryan, and Reinhardt separated by just 1 game. Bryan and Reinhardt finishing both at 18-2. Milligan 19-1. Those 3 teams have represented the class of the AAC for the better part of the year. The best part of that for Milligan is that they were able to earn that #1 seed after beating Reinhardt down the stretch this year. They are not in the same bracket with those 2 teams. Bryan and Reinhardt, presumably if chalk holds, would meet in the semifinal round. Milligan able to escape both of those fellow contenders until at least a championship showdown.
Driving down the side of the block, and the whistle as Lyon throws her hands into the air. The old classic, it wasn't me. Didn't look bad from up here, but we're a long way off.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you put your hands up, the ref is just going to say, oh, you did it. I know you did it, because you're saying you did it.
I can tell you did it. This goes.
Just been rough sledding from the field for Montreat. 15 of 57. Milligan holding them to 26% from the field overall. Just 2 of 14 from long range as well.
I'm all for it, but I don't believe you.
The best part about this game, it's been a dominant performance thus far from Milligan, but you know that Coach Greer is still going to have some teachable moments that she can use for her squad. 12 turnovers, just 9 of 18 from the free throw line. they've been great, and there's still room to grow.
Entry feed by Campbell. Backdoor it goes down low. For Reeder with a shot clock off. In time, it's short, as that will take us to the final quarter of play between these two programs. 61-38 after 3 periods in Kingsport, Tennessee, between the Buffs and the Cavs. In Kingsport, 61-38 as we're rolling into our final period of play between these two. It's been a really, really good one between the Buffaloes and Montreat College, the Cavaliers. Welcome back, Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, Frank Osborne, as we'll take you through the finish between these two programs in this final fourth quarter.
Yeah, and in the middle portion of our schedule so far, it's been the 1 seeds holding serve here in Kingsport. U-Pike dominant against Bryan, the 1 seed on the women's side. Milligan similarly dominant against Montreat.
The favorites can't win forever, though. It's got to be an underdog story somewhere.
It'd be nice to see. It'd be nice to see.
I don't know, man. I've done, I think of the last 4 seasons, there's only been a couple of upsets. I could name the TWU women's upset, right? Everybody can name that. I think there's literally only been 3 or 4 teams that have upset somebody in this tournament.
I remember a few years ago, CIU, their men's basketball program, made a run to the championship game. They were, I believe, a 6th seed in that tournament.
It can happen, but this is a tough one. This is a well-seeded tournament. However, the anecdote to that would be this is the most parity we've ever seen in the Appalachian Athletic Conference, and that's something we haven't talked about at every broadcast of games so far, but throughout the course of the tournament, you and I have talked about it a lot, Lorenzo. We talked about it off the air in the weeks leading up to the tournament. Really a ton of parity in the league this year, and it's been fantastic to see. And I know the commissioners are happy about it. The league in general is happy about it. The AAC really needed that breakthrough. Everybody kind of evened the race.
Yeah, and you look on that men's side specifically between the seedings of 2 and 7, those squads separated by 3 games.
That's crazy.
CIU finishing at 13 and 6, Columbia down there finishing at 10 and 9. So a lot of parity, a lot of similar schedules. A lot of those games came down to the wire as well. So you can be sure to see those games sort of get decided by single digits. And we should have some classics on the horizon as this schedule continues.
Yeah, it was so close. I mean, it took like an official explanation in the press release of how there was a whole section in the press release about the tournament on seeding that they had to put together to explain how, each team got their seed. As we do get the call, and this will head the other way with the Cavaliers, 61-38, 8.5 to play. I mean, here's what we got. So Milligan obviously received the automatic bid as they won the conference, but the runner-up will get that second automatic berth in regular season play if they win the tournament. Bryan earned the number 2 seed over Reinhardt because they had more conference road wins. That's it. Bryan had 9 conference road wins. Reinhardt had 8.
That's an interesting decision in terms of tiebreaker scenario.
Tennessee, Wesleyan, and Johnson split their season series, but TWU went 1-0 against Pikeville, with Johnson going 0-2 against the Bears, so they earned the number 5 seed. SMC and Columbia split their season series. But the Pioneers went 1-1 against Tennessee Wesleyan, with Columbia going 0-1 against Tennessee Wesleyan to earn the number 7 seed. Union Commonwealth and the Golden Tigers both finished with 7 wins in conference play, but UCU won the season series 1-0 to earn the 10 seed. So they literally just only lost that one game, and it cost them making the tournament. I mean,
well, that's head-to-head. That's a little bit more
that
straightforward.
At least makes sense.
That's more straightforward when you talk about teams splitting like Brian and Reinhardt did. Choosing the road conference win metric as the decider is an interesting decision. I guess there wasn't really much else separating those two teams. They both finished with the same record.
It's quite weird to me that teams don't play everyone the same amount of times. Like, I know they split the series and all of that, but can't help but think it would be more accurate if every team got to play each other twice.
Well, I think logistically it just wouldn't really make sense because there's 13 teams. That would be 24 conference games, and I'm sure they would want to play some of those non-conference matchups, those showcase games. So I would love to know the rhyme or reasoning behind which teams you play twice, which teams you play once. I think that would add some clarity. I don't know if it's randomized and whatnot. I'm coming from a sport where we played everybody one time. So that's all I know. So I'm not really sure how that gets decided.
As a soccer guy, I would be willing to bet that it's money. It's travel.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's just logistically, like, you don't want to travel to play the furthest team in the conference, right, twice. So you might not play the furthest teams at all, and you'll play the closest teams. Like a good example would be this goes automatic from downtown for the Cavaliers. I think it makes a lot of sense for Brian and TWU to play twice in every sport. Why not? You guys are an hour apart at that. Johnson, Brian, TWU, that's the perfect trifecta of conference programs. Keep playing. I mean, you got Reinhardt right down the road. You go a little bit east, you've got Truett McConnell. Floated over the top, and Samaj Clark comes up with the INT and the steal. Dish down to the baseline and poked away. Too much physicality, so that draws the whistle.
But to that point that we made a little bit earlier with the AAC putting out a press release, speaking of the tiebreaker scenarios, why that's so important, you said it, Gabe, that second seed in the conference tournament gets that berth if the conference regular season champ repeats as the champ in the tournament. So that second spot so important, really the next team up to get an automatic bid into the NAIA tournament.
100%. Yeah, it was just a whole portion of the release about the tournament itself, and makes sense that you would want to clarify that. You know, it's a complex bit of scenarios. It's wild that there's so much parity that's what the tiebreakers came down to, is what I went through. This pinball is off the top and is hauled in by Samaj Clark. The player of the year almost expands her scoring total. She's got 22 points right now, 11 rebounds and an assist, 5 assists in this double-double performance with 6 minutes still to go.
I'd love to request a rule change. If 2 plays 3 in the conference tournament, I think that should decide the second bid. We can go with regular season standings to seed them in the tournament, and then if they never meet, send the second seed. But if 2 plays 3 and 3 wins, I think that 3 should get 2's berth into the national tournament.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I think that.
And I know who to take that up with too. I just got to look straight down.
I don't know if that's their. We don't know how they came to that decision. You know, that's a voting thing. Is it a front office thing? Is it a national office thing? We don't know that.
I mean, I could put
that might
the bug
be. That's
in the air.
probably a national office rule.
I'm not really certain of that. I think every conference has the jurisdiction to decide how they want to decide those bids.
I don't know. We can find out over some Waffle House. From the three-point line, it's short, 61-42. And Milligan has just been on cruise control this entire second half.
Pretty much. Samaj Clark led the way in the first half. She's still dominating here in the second. Milligan just playing out the string, but you know they're going to have a keen eye on that next matchup with U-Pike and Tennessee Wesleyan.
Campbell pumps. Hands it off to Clark. Samaj, we get the whistle. Time violation inside.
This second half's felt a little bit flat as if both teams know the outcome of this game, and attention for Milligan has been turned towards tomorrow. Montreat not giving up, but realistic of their chances.
Good play inside as it rattles and goes for Amaya Sanders. She's got 18.
Yeah, and so difficult to stay in front of, and that's been the thing for Milligan all game long, not really having the perimeter defenders that can stay in front of her consistently, but a great defensive adjustment to slow down her scoring here in the second half.
Well, I'll tell you, Milligan's Lion looks like she's having fun out there. She's laughing, she's smiling, she's playing loose, and you love to see that. Having fun in the conference tournament, rolling in Kingsport, Tennessee, 61-44, Milligan in the driver's seat. In Kingsport, the Buffs looking red hot, 61-44 with 5 minutes to go. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, Frank Osborne. Be sure to stay tuned following the game. Frank Osborne will grab our player of the game down on the floor, and we'll hear from them on the big win.
If I was a betting man, I would think it'd be Samaj Clark.
You know, I'd take that bet.
I don't think the odds would be very good.
On the way, oh baby, automatic from downtown Kingsport, Tennessee. How about that three ball?
Yeah, it's just been all Lady Buffaloes here today. Again, just playing out the string, but Montreat, so much youth up and down their lineup. Again, of their top 5 scorers, their top scorer, Ramaya Sanders, is a junior. The other 4 being freshmen, a lot of freshmen and sophomore players stepping up for them this season. If they bring much of that group back into 2026 and 2027, then you can figure that they're going to be a major player atop the AAC next year.
Really nice season for the Montreat Cavaliers. They're trailing by 20 with just under 4 minutes to play. The most they've scored in a period against the Buffs today was 15 in the third. So probably out of reach at this point. But looking back at their year, they started with 3 wins in a row against Oak City. Then they took down Carolina, took down Union Commonwealth. They rolled into December and bested the Bulldogs of TWU in Bluefield. As they got into the new year, January looked good with a win over CIU and Johnson. Ended up with a really, really nice record overall. 10 wins, 8 in conference play. They won their last game of the regular season. Already looked good in this tournament. And just all around, a really good year. Ramaya Sanders looked fantastic. This entire roster from top to bottom put together solid performances night in and night out, and it's been fun to watch them play in the tournament.
Definitely, and again, as this tournament continues, we may see some, hopefully, some better games today. Right now, we've had 3 blowouts in our 3 games. I think the next game is going to start off a trend. Tennessee Wesleyan and U-Pipe, we're going to start to see the contest get a little bit tighter on both sides.
Hopefully.
Whipping that all around, and we're blown dead down inside again.
Yeah, we're going to get a double tech here, and you can see the Milligan Buffs bench clapping, hyping up Mackenzie Bremer, who got tangled up a little bit with Layla Harvey.
And this Montreat roster improved from early season rotations all the way through to conference play. Some of their younger players grew into real contributors. foundation of a strong program going forward.
Yeah, I mean, there's no shame in losing to a good team when you're really giving everything that you have.
Some confusion down on the floor. I just feel like Montreat has played the right way all year. Unselfish, physical, connected as a roster. A couple of changes on the floor. Camper going to come back into the game. For the seniors, this isn't just the end of a season. It's the end of a chapter.
That will be her fifth.
And Montreat's number 5, Layla Harvey.
Some confusion on the floor. I think the seniors, their impact goes beyond points and rebounds. They built a new standard.
Hadn't been replaced yet. That's the first time. She has 23.
They shoot one. You just hope that your program can have leaders like this senior class.
Is that also true to
Back underway. Late stages of this, 3 minutes left to go. This is off the mark. You know, conference tournaments are hard. Only one team ends the night happy.
That was more about what we spoke about yesterday. Are you really having fun if you're not winning? I know what the answer is, but I mean, not everyone knows what the answer is, I guess.
Well, Coach Greer of Milligan is winning. Doesn't look like she's having fun.
Well, she's a coach. They're never supposed to have fun.
That's crazy. I'm having fun.
You're not coaching.
Samaj Clark, that's our player of the year.
That is the player of the year, and that's a great shot over there. She had a phenomenal game here today and really showed why she earned that prestigious honor for Milligan. Her second consecutive year getting first-team all-conference honors, and has the Buffs rolling heading into the next day of the tournament.
She's already played to a double-double in this game as the shot a bit strong. 20-point margin, 2 1/4 to go.
And she really did it all today, 22 points and 11 rebounds, but also 6 assists. She made the team better by just having her out on the floor, not just scoring, but creating for herself and others.
Your favorite teams, your favorite live streams, your favorite highlights. Be sure to engage with us. Find us now on YouTube at NSBN Sports or visit us at nsbnsports.com.
Back in Kingsport, 66-46, Milligan Buffs coasting through to a finish as Montreat battles late. Strong foundation for this Montreat Cavs roster. They've got a bright future.
Absolutely would love to see Ramaya Sanders return to lead this group with a Sarah Williams who will be 1 year stronger, 1 year older going into her sophomore season with the other players that they have in their rotation. Again, they should be battling with Milligan and Reinhardt and Bryan among the top teams in the Appalachian next season.
Yeah, that's the good thing about the younger teams. They've got time to grow. They've got time to get better, especially during the off-season. There's quite a few young teams in the conference this year. Be interesting to see how they come back next season.
Now, you never want to be a young team that takes these situations for granted. Because it is win or go home, there's so much on the line. Sometimes when you have an opportunity to win a conference championship, you have to take it. Conventional wisdom says, hey, you're a young team, you'll be back. But you never really know what happens in the future. So when you have these opportunities, you do have to make the most of them.
Good play down inside as this is automatic for Lyon.
Then want to get real melancholy there on him. There's still a ton of promise for them, a lot of potential for Montreat moving forward.
Just a minute to go as Milligan, a statement win on day 2 of the Appalachian Athletic Conference basketball tournament. Shot clock, game clock separated by less than half a minute as Samaj Clark back onto the floor in the midst of a double-double, looking to score 2 dozen as that's off the mark.
A fun fact for Montreat, Sanai Camper, who's a native of Cartersville, Georgia, one of 2 campers here in Kingsport, Tennessee for the conference tournament. The other, Niall Camper, plays for the Reinhardt Lady Eagles. She was a all-freshman selection last season and is a very valued member of their rotation.
Sisters?
I believe so.
Do you know how good you have to be? Do you know what your family has to be for both of your kids to play in college?
It's pretty good genes, I would say.
That's something, yeah. Like Dad's like, get up, it's time to run. Happy Sunday morning.
Well, we've got the Bredwood family, the Isaiah Bredwood for Bryan and Elijah Bredwood from Milligan.
Man.
Both had very good seasons.
Mom's banging on a pan. It's 4 a.m. Sunday morning. Get up. Time to run.
Hill sprints.
Great hoopers, too. All 4 of those names mentioned just now are all fantastic basketball players.
We also have a pair of sisters on Reinhardt's team with Chloe and Lana Van Dyke. So,
the Van Dyke sisters are great.
A lot of family connections here in Kingsport, Tennessee.
So good that when I was chatting with Jay Stansel this morning, one of the commissioners of the conference, about the tournament and how it was going to shake out, that's one of the names that came up specifically. We were going through the women's side of the bracket and teams. That was the name he mentioned when he brought up Reinhardt, was the Van Dykes, and just so good. They're excellent.
And we're going to get a chance to see them do battle in that nightcap against Johnson, tentatively scheduled for 9:15.
Quick break on the floor. 35 seconds to go. $68-50 Montreat. Going to make some final memories. Sanders going to finish with 20 points plus. She's got 20 right now. 4 rebounds, 2 assists, a double-double for our player of the year, Clark.
And me and Frank sort of challenged Ramiah Sanders before this game, wanted her to start fast and really impose her will. She did just that with 20 points. Unfortunately, didn't get a ton of help. Sarah Williams got on later in the game, finishing with 7, but just not enough from her teammates to overcome the #1 seed.
Good pass to the elbow. I mean, that is clean, crisp. You can hear Coach a little bit on the broadcast. She's been fired up, but looking to make those plays down to the final whistle, and she does. Just a second on the clock as this is tipped off, and we go final in a 20-point victory for the Milligan University Buffs, 70-50. Really impressive win today in the second day of the Appalachian Athletic Conference tournament. Lorenzo, brief thoughts on this victory for Milligan.
Chalk just continues to hold here in day 2. We saw Union, the favorite, take on Columbia and dominate that one. U-Pike dominant against Bryan in the second game, and here the 1 seed knocking off Montreat.
it's just been a real chalky day here in Kingsport.
A real chalky day. I like it. Stay with us. We're going to go to the floor in just a moment and meet our player of the game, Frank Osborne, who is with us in the booth and reporting on today's broadcast. We'll join you with the player of the game. You'll get a look at him and those two standing side by side on the hardwood from inside of the Meadowview Marriott. And then we'll send you on your way. 70-50 your final score. A nice victory for Milligan as we get ready to go to the floor and see who else the player of the game is the player of the year on SCSN.
I'm Frank Osborne, joined by Samaj Clark, AAC Player of the Year. That must feel good.
Yes, sir. It does feel good, for sure.
And to start the tournament with a win and double-double, how does that feel?
I mean, it feels good. I mean, we can't get comfortable, but, you know, starting off with a win is always good.
And you face UPike or Tennessee Wesleyan tomorrow. Is there a team you'd rather have, or are you ready for anyone?
I mean, it doesn't really matter because we're going to come to play either way, but Pikeville is the one team in the conference that beat us, so it would be nice to play them again.
And coming in as the number 1 seed, does that add pressure, or do you not really care?
I wouldn't say pressure. I don't know. We just came prepared, I'd say.
And with the national tournament coming up, you guys are already going. Is there one eye on that, or are you guys focused on this first?
I haven't really thought about that much yet, but
okay,
we're
perfect.
excited.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
See you tomorrow.
That is Frank Osborne, Samaj Clark, the player of the year in the Appalachian Athletic Conference. So we get a final word and send-off from Kingsport, Tennessee. 70-50 your final. Milligan Buffs win. All games and events airing on our networks are broadcast live and are copyright material. Today's game will be archived and available for replay inside of the app or platform where you viewed it. This has been a presentation of Shry Media and the Southeast Sports Network.
All of the ways to watch your favorite local and regional sports. Join us now on Twitch TV. You can also find NSBN on Amazon Fire TV or visit us live on YouTube as we stream games there as well. Another fan favorite way to watch is NSBNsports.com. You can also find us through our NSBN app, free to download from the Google Play Store, and Roku TV, where you can find all of our content. NSBN Sports, visit us at nsbnsports.com.